All right, all right. Welcome, welcome. We're going live for the first time, so let's see how this goes. This is going to be a lot of fun. Welcome to Safe Crypto Club, Safe Crypto Investing Club. Let's have some fun. It's a brand new channel, so we'll see how things go. We just want to, all I want to do is come here and just talk about the market with you as the day closes out. Now, I'm learning with you, so let me just make sure that everything is all the sound, everything is good, and then we'll take it from there. Just make sure that the sound is good. Let's see here. So again, I'm learning with you. The one thing I bring to the table here is 15 years of business experience. So there's certain things we're going to talk about with respect to emotional intelligence, how to play in any market, and yes, including the crypto market. So we're going to talk about that. Let me just make sure audio is good, and then we're good to go. Yep. And yes, including the crypto. Audio is good. All right. So I'm just going to monitor the screen like that as well. All right. Good. So a couple of things I want to talk about right there. As you know, we have a portfolio here that we're experimenting with. Okay. I've just decided today that I will be stepping up my game in terms of, let me see here. I'll be stepping up my game in terms of how much we put in. We're dollar averaging here. If you don't know what that is, please go ahead and watch the other videos that we have on the channel. At this point, we're only 10 subscribers in, but we have quite a few videos here that we've already uploaded. Quite a few people have watched since then. So the rules that we follow, make sure you watch the second video here, which is 7. I mean, like, I could just go ahead and open the channel. This is what you're gonna see. As you can see, we're live right here. The video that you want to watch is the 7 ultimate rules right here. This is what we follow. And what I suggested is that you start with $20, okay, for your first 20 weeks, because I showed you in that video how we build the portfolio up by 55% ROI. But again, since then, things have crashed. We're in a different horizon right now. As you can see, the market is doing 17.64 as we talk right now. I'm going to refresh for you. All right. So what I want to do with this channel is I want to come here as much as I can, somewhere around 3:30 on the weekdays, as much as I can, because I have other businesses going on, and then I'll review the market, okay, and I'll tell you what my thoughts are. I'll review the portfolio that we're working on together here, and then as you can see here, the market is getting beat up. It's been getting beat up all day. We're already halfway through the half of the day. All right, and let me see here. So this is the portfolio that we're working with, okay, and I wanted to. Okay, so everybody else kind of talk about what they do, but they don't really show it. That's what I've seen, and I figure we should just show you, right? So off of just $20 per week, okay, off of just $20 per week, we've been able to build this. And this started literally at the top of this year, 2021. As you can see, just $20 a week, using our strategies. If you follow the rules that I spelled out for you, that's how we've been able to do this. Let me go grab something for us here. All right, awesome. Got it. All right, so I actually have a very simple very simple 7 rules that we follow. I'm gonna come back and review that in a few minutes, okay? But for now, let's just go ahead and look at how we're doing with respect to the market. So right now the portfolio is 370.86. It's the first time we will go under zero in terms of ROI. So we're actually in the negative right now for the first time in 20 weeks. Okay, so Last week I showed you how we're doing 54.51%, right? So I'm actually gonna update this right now with that same data from Coinbase. Okay, if you don't already have a Coinbase account, you can support our channel by simply sending a text message with the word safe to 732-517-7532. Then I'll send you a special link. You sign up for a free account, you also get a $10 worth of Bitcoins after you spend $100. All right, so right now we're doing 370 and 91. So I've just decided today that we're gonna step up our game to $100 a week. And if you recall, if you've been watching my videos, I told you that there's a chance we'll do that at some point. But I advised also that you wait until your first 20 weeks, get comfortable with this thing, and then we take it from there. So we got this 370.91. I'm just gonna copy that and paste it right here. Okay. And this is called my crypto portfolio tracker. If you want a free copy of this, all you have to do again is send a text. I'll reply you with that. So you can see here we're negative 5% for the first time since the second and third week. We're in the negative here, right? And you can see that graph, just that green thing just went below zero right there. This is tracking the ROIs over time. All right, so, and if you know what we follow in our rules, this is a 5 to 10 years game. As a matter of fact, when I was on Clubhouse today, I was very inspired when I heard people talking about 10 to 20 years game. And what rule number is that? That rule is number 5, the 5th rule. Don't day trade. It's a 5 to 10 years play. Okay. Now there are ways to trade, but it's a different ball game entirely. But again, this is the Safe Crypto Investing Club, so let's keep things safe. Okay. And then again, this is the first 20 weeks, and we're showing this. So so I'm gonna use this for the first time with you, probably called the relative market performance. Is a little card I created on the side right here, and it tracks basically 24 hours. I use it to see how well I am doing, our portfolio is doing as compared to the marketplace. So the present right now is the same number, right? And then we're gonna go into Coinbase. Where's Coinbase? Right here. I got, okay, Coinbase. And then I'm gonna look at I'm gonna click 24 hours here, and I'll just drag my cursor over to this end. 485.36. That's what it was in the last 24. So we've lost over, God knows, we'll find out in a second. 485.36. So we're gonna put 485.36 here. So we've lost 23% of the portfolio since then. Let's see how the market is doing. The market will go to CoinMarketCap to grab that number, and this is negative 17.98, negative 18.20, okay, 0.20. So let's put that number here, 18.2. All right, so our portfolio is doing worse than the market by 30%. Okay, first time again that this will ever happen. Okay, so the market is doing badly, but again, our portfolio is not that large, so it's understandable, especially if majority of our portfolio. If I go here under portfolio in Coinbase, let's see what we're doing here. All right, you can see that a large portion of our portfolio is driven by high market cap assets, right? Let me see here, something I'm looking for here. Let me go back here. Okay, right here, chart. Okay, so you can see here that our biggest asset here is Ethereum. Next to that is Litecoin. Next to that is Bitcoin. All these numbers can change by simply adding zeros behind them. The numbers will play out the same way, except that your pocket will be bigger. Okay, but again, I wanted to use small numbers so you know you can play here as well, right? Bitcoins, we have some Ripples, we have some OX, right? And if we go into the details here, we have some Cardano, which we started buying for the first time not too long ago. All right, so we're gonna be playing here. Uh, we're gonna be playing the game of dollar cost averaging. Okay, that's the rule. That's the number one rule. We don't dump money into this. I don't care if I have $20,000 in my special bank account. I'm not gonna go pull that and dump it into the market. Not especially when the market has a lot of volume and in volatility. Okay, it's a bad idea because again, you need to know what you're doing, and you can't know what you're doing if you're just acting out of emotions. So right now, on today is let's go say today. Today is in Google. Today is what? Let's just put today. I thought it's supposed to tell me just like that. Today's date, May 19th. Okay, and right now we're at 3:46 p.m. So we're actually from the regular markets. We're actually 15 minutes away from the close of the day. All right. So why am I showing you all of this? Why am I showing you all of this? Okay, you can see the market getting beat up. Okay, and let me pull my microphone next to me. Make sure that you guys can hear me clearly. All right. All right. All right. So we have Bitcoins is at $39,000. Okay. So let's look at Bitcoin. So I don't know if you can tell in my voice. We're all emotional, okay? It's either you're being driven by fear or you're driven by greed at any point in time. So that's why you want to make sure that you put strategies in place and don't assume that you're going to be less emotional, okay? If you don't have strategies in place, you're going to be emotional. See, I have no doubt that the market is coming back, and if it never comes back, actually I have no doubt that I haven't lost any part of my scheme, okay? Because of the strategy that we play. We only put what we can afford on a weekly basis without needing the money for the next 5 to 10 years. Okay. Everybody else, most people that are coming into the game right now, they're trying to get rich overnight. They think this is a casino, and unfortunately, that's not how this thing works. Okay. All right. So let's go into Bitcoins. Let's take a look at what Bitcoins is doing. Um, you can see that nosedive right there. That's what's happening today. But let's look at what happened over the past. Mm, well, let's look at this. You can see this is the day activity right here. Let's 1 second here. So, like I said, I'm learning this stuff along with you. So just walk with me here. All right, so let's go look at it here. All right, so if we go into marketplace under trade and we go look at Bitcoin is down 11% today. Bitcoin is the force behind the whole crypto market. If Bitcoin is getting beat up, the whole market is going to get beat up. That's just how this thing works up till now, for now, because it's the most popular coin asset that most people would, if you tell them, do you know what cryptocurrency is? They'll probably will say, what is that? And you say, have you ever heard of Bitcoin? And they'll say, yeah, Bitcoin, that thing, right? Can you tell me more about that? Like, yeah, I've heard about that. I don't understand it, right? So Bitcoin is what most people are talking about. But again, Ethereum, most of our portfolio, like I showed you earlier, we're carrying a lot of Ethereum, so it got beat up real badly today. So hence why the portfolio is down too, right? All right, so let's take a look. So again, even today I was tempted, like, hey, let me buy today because it's getting beat up. But again, that's the emotions talking. So my fear is actually in there, but I'm also looking at the fear of missing out now, right? And I'm trying to justify that with some level of greed, like, yes, I should buy right now. But the truth of the matter is that there's no short-term event that will make up your fate ever, period. Okay. There's no short-term event is going to determine what's going to happen to you ever. That's just the bottom line. Okay, so I wanted to give you an update on that. All right, cool. So we can see that Bitcoin is getting beat up. So if I go straight into Bitcoin, you can see what it's doing over the past 24 hours. Got really beat up around 10 a.m. Came back up and it's been trading sideways all day. Well, in the past less than an hour. Okay, but if you look at overall, it's mostly sideways. It started today at what is that? I'm looking at. Let's see, yeah, about $43,000, and right now it's trading at $38,000. Okay, all right. So market cap lost over $300 billion. That's what it's looking like to me, right? That's about over $300 billion because it was at $1 trillion at one point. Majority of the market cap is in there in Bitcoin, so it's not going anywhere. So I personally, on every one of my portfolios, I will continue to buy Bitcoin. Okay, and if you notice what I just said, I said continue to buy. So I'm not dumping all my money into one shot. With dollar cost averaging. Okay, so you can choose every day. I prefer every week or every month. Just put something there every week, preferably. Okay, if you're following my lane here or my lead here, that's every week. Okay, all right. So what we're doing here. So you can see that I literally practice what I preach. Basically, buy $4.01 worth of it every week, like that. Okay, all right. So now there are certain strategies out there that will look at this and will laugh at it, right? Again, to each his own. This is an experiment, so seek professional advice from financial advisors. I am not one. I'm just sharing the journey here, right? Like I said, this is just off of $20 per week for 20 weeks. And this whole thing went up to $600 and crashed down to $376. That's how volatile the market still is. What that means is that I get to buy really cheaply right now, okay? If it's still down until Friday, okay? I buy between Fridays and Sundays on the weekends. And now I can decide to buy now, and I will just be operating out of. I'm thinking, what if it goes down even further before the weekend? That means I'm buying more expensive, and that means I'll be tempted to buy again. Now I'm not following my schedule. I'm trying to time the market as opposed to make the market come to me, because the timing is always right for me as long as I'm following my own schedule, right? So that's something to keep in mind. So again, we're negative 5.38 right now. That line is green. The real number, the real line that counts is the blue line, because that's what it was when I bought last. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be when I buy on this coming weekend, right? As you can see, the red line or the top one here, we're still gonna continue to go up because we're dollar cost averaging. Okay, we're gonna continue to dollar cost average. The market is beating us up really badly because of Ethereum, because that's where majority. I'm just reviewing right now what I just said, and then in a few minutes we'll go take a look at some of the news that is going on and see what's up with that. All right, so if you go here here, you can see that Ethereum carries 30% of our portfolio. So if Ethereum is getting beat up today by 23%, it makes sense that we are getting beat up by about the same amount, 23, right? So that makes sense. Okay, all right. So let's go back to the marketplace. Let's take a look at. So I'm going to refresh this again. You can see that everything is red except Theta. Okay, everything is red except Theta. So last week we bought Cardano, okay, because it was let me go look at Coinbase. We don't buy anything outside of Coinbase because we simply leverage Coinbase's research to decide what we buy or not. If it's not on the Coinbase exchange, for now we're not interested, okay? Why? Because I have other things going on. So, and I'm trying to leverage other people's resources as much as possible. That doesn't mean they can't be wrong. That's just what I've chosen to do. Let's go to under trade. All right, so this coming cycle, when we buy our buy cycle, which is coming on Friday, most likely I will be buying Theta. Last week I bought Cardano because Cardano was a third, but it looks like Theta, just because of what is going on right now, Cardano is getting beat up too. Theta just outpaced it. Okay, so we're gonna be buying that. Okay, instead, if everything stays this same way. But we're going to be buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why? Because it's still carrying majority of the market cap. $1 trillion altogether out of a total of 1.7 now. It was $2 trillion last time I checked. The whole market cap right now is 1.7, right? So that's what I will be buying. That's what I'll be buying. Yep. So yeah, you can see everything is red there. Give me 1 second. Let me just see about doing something here. All right, so it was starting this channel was kind of like the right timing. We started this channel like a week ago, and everything was in the ups and ups, and I came up with the 7 rules, right? Because just simply off of observing people and the way they were behaving on Twitter, I knew that a lot of people are going to lose money when this event that's going on right now, when it happens, right? I just knew it. Why? Because the moment it started doing a free fall this morning, it's probably a good. What do you mean probably? That's the numbers we're looking at. People started to sell off. That's what we're looking at now. There are probably people, of course, some level of institutional money. They call them the whales. They are selling off right now, right? We know that they're the ones selling off right now, but also a lot of regular people are selling off right now because they are scared of what is going on. So, so if you don't have a strategy, then it makes sense that you're scared of what is going on right now. It just makes sense. But if you did have a strategy, or you follow the strategy that I shared, then you're not scared right now. Like, it's like, oh, thank goodness I found. So, but then you will have an opportunity this week right now to buy extremely cheap. The market is not going to come back all the way up to what it was last week. It's not going to do that in a week or two. Okay, so whenever you decide to set your schedule of buying schedule, like let me just tell you right now, do weekly, right? Whenever you decide to pull that trigger and buy, you're going to be buying very cheaply. Okay, so lucky you, essentially. Okay, lucky you. Because again, majority of people, what's gonna happen is that they're gonna lose money. That's just what's gonna happen. It's just what it is. And I wish I could save them from themselves, but I can't. But this same thing happens in regular stock market too. Okay, by the way, it happens in regular any type of market, real estate market. But this one is a lot of visual, because you can see it visually happening because of the new era that we're in, the social media era, right? So it makes sense that it's happening right now. It just makes sense that it's happening. So, but it makes sense that it's happening so fast that it's scary. So I do think a lot of people are going to lose money, right? But what you should be doing, if you're following what we're doing here, is you should be buying the deep. But what is the deep? Today is not necessarily the dip. You want to make sure that the market consolidates, because for all you know, it may still be in a free fall. So the dip for you is going to be the dip for your strategy. Okay, even if you were doing technical analysis and you were doing day trading, you will still need to do a technical analysis and find out where the bottom is, right? So for example, if I was let's go look at Ethereum, since that's what we're carrying the most right now. right? And I'm gonna look at 1 year chart. Based off of a 1 year chart right here, if this line was going straight, this just fell to where it needs to be. It's just that there was a run, there was a rally in the past month. Yeah. In the past month there was a rally all the way from 2270 all the way up to $4,000. And guess what is at right now? It's about $2,600, right? And I'm looking at this last support here. I need to learn how to use the chart. Let me see if I can. All right. I'll see what I can do about learning how to use the chart. All right. So basis off of okay, this is 1 year. Okay, yeah. So the last support here looks like this was around 2100, and right now it's trading at 2600, right? So now if it cracks below 2100, it's probably still going to go down a little bit more. And it is what it is, right? And I don't feel sorry if you don't have a strategy and you put all your money in this and you're trying to gamble, and I don't exactly feel sorry. I'm sorry, but not really. Because again, honestly, I've seen enough of these videos on YouTube warning precisely against that. I think I know one video that's telling people to dump all their money into Doge and just hold, right? I know one video like that. And I know that they're doing technical analysis over there, so that's their strategy, right? But most people, if you're like most people, you shouldn't be playing that game. You're going to lose your money because your emotions are going to happen, okay? Your emotions are going to play you. That's just the way it works. This is applicable in any business. You need to have strategies that you follow, that even when you're in bad times, you're able to look at it and see opportunities, and not necessarily an opportunity to panic and sell off, right? The only way you've lost money today is if you actually sold your positions. Okay? That's the only way you lost money today. Is only if you've sold your positions, right? Because the market I'm looking at is $1.6 trillion. It's not going anywhere. Okay? It just lost what? $600 billion. Okay? So let's go look at what the news is saying. I like to look at under the For You. Okay? Wealthy clients of Wells Fargo will soon be able to buy Bitcoin. So on this day, 19th, Wells Fargo is going in. So let's actually take a look at that. Working on a professional managed solution for crypto investing now. It's nearly ready to launch. So check that out. Check that out. So again, this is not going anywhere. It's a matter of making sure you're plugged into the right strategy. What do I mean by strategy? The 7 rules is a strategy. It doesn't have to be exactly like that, but it can be a guide for you to create yours. So you may want to add some things like, hey, take up some profit, add some money. You may want to add a few things and make it creative for yourself. But timing the market will work against you 100% of the time, because that's emotions playing on you. Wells Fargo has joined a host of other institutions in rolling out a crypto offering. So while Wells Fargo is talking about this, some people are busy talking about China banned cryptocurrency. That's irrelevant, okay? That's irrelevant. Not only that, I think that's actually old news. Despite the new offering, the Wells executive still frames crypto as having plenty of risk. Yes, it's a very risky. I mean, we've seen that today. It's very, very risky. Because of the volatility, right? It's just risky. It is what it is, right? So it makes sense that is risky. All right, so let's go there. Let's go. The Wells Fargo Investment Institute has become the latest institutional player. So right now, these people, they probably have been sitting on the sidelines and looking for opportunities to come in so that they can leverage this opportunity for their clients, right? not Wells Fargo per se, but I'm talking about people that may be managing money for other people and looking for the right entry point. This today will be a good entry point. We think the cryptocurrency space has just kind of hit an evolution and maturation. Okay, so that's a very powerful word of its development that allows it to now to be a viable investment asset. All right, so that's one news right there. Let's go ahead and let's check out other ones. Ethereum Foundation, Ethereum 2.0 will use 99.95% less energy. All right, so one of the biggest news over the past few weeks also is the fact that the technology called Ethereum, the asset class Ethereum, uses a lot of energy. The idea of Ethereum, okay, I'm still learning it by the way. The idea of it is that it's a technology that you get to build many other applications on, right? And if you know anything, actually one of my things is what I learned in physics a long time ago, that energy is neither created nor destroyed. As the market is losing money today, some people are actually making money. Okay, some people are making money. Energy of any sort, it's just transferring hands. That's all it is, right? But majority of the market is losing money, right? So where is that value going into? So when we say energy in a marketplace, that will be value. It's transferring from one place to the other. So the same ideology operates in Ethereum as well too. When like for example in Bitcoins, right? When it's being mined, it uses certain level of energy to process the transactions, which is what they call mining in Bitcoins, right? And there's a little fee that's charged for that. That fee is also value that's being transferred to the miner, whoever is mining the Bitcoins within the transaction when it transfer from one person to the other, peer to peer, right? So there's certain level of energy is being consumed, maybe with the rigs or the computers that are mining it, whatever, right? I don't know the details, but bottom line is that energy is transferring and energy is getting eat up, and there is a fee, there is a cost to that, right? And that's one of the biggest concern with Ethereum. As a matter of fact, I was talking to my brother, and the theory is that that's one of the things about Cardano, that everybody has been paying attention to Cardano because of that reason, because it's a very nice replacement for Ethereum as far as the technology does not consume as much energy. And you can see this news right now that Ethereum Foundation is saying that it will use 99.95% less energy. See, my thing is that when I see things like this, I don't exactly get scared, because again, I have a strategy. And if I know anything about technology, just like the early internet days, they're going to continue to figure things, just like I'm figuring things out as I'm with you right now and I'm live. They're going to continue to figure things out as well. The same thing applies. They're going to continue to figure things out. So the technology is not stagnant, okay? They're going to continue to figure things out. Okay, so this is a good news, even in the midst of the turmoil that's going on. And most people are not doing what I'm doing right now. What they're doing is that they're looking at the numbers and they're getting scared. By the time the numbers are all green, usually that means there's no bargain. So if you're not dollar cost averaging right now, that means you're probably not dollar cost averaging when it's all green. You're probably trying to dump money into it because the greed comes into everyone, and I'm going to get rich too, as opposed to, let me slow my roll. Let's find out what's going on, right? So let's go back to, let's see what else is going on. Saxo starts crypto FX trading amid strong demand for clients. All right. So let's just, can we all agree that blockchain, the technology, is not going anywhere, right? It's not. Okay. Now, some asset class or some assets, some coins will disappear. Okay, especially the low small coins, many of them will disappear. If you go look at on CoinMarketCap, you can see that there are 9,949 cryptos last time I refreshed. Let me refresh that. Let's see. Okay, good. All right, so 9,949. There are actually 377 exchanges out there, and I recommend Coinbase, because they have a lot more to lose if they just randomly mismanage uh, the platform and go under. So that's why I leverage them. I don't I don't care about getting rich overnight. First of all, because I've done that before, and it doesn't really mean anything. Okay, basically, you got hit with a bunch of money. What's happened is that you get hit with a bunch of money that you don't know how to manage, and that means that money is going to disappear inevitably. Inevitably, okay? One word, because you haven't paid your dues, okay? And it happened to me, and I know. So I'm talking from experience. So you have to build over time, and you have to build block by block, and that way you know what you're dealing with, okay? Anyway, so let me go back. So 9,000 out of 9,000 market cap, out of 9,000, sorry, almost 10,000, actually 51, literally 51 coins away from 10,000 coins, right? Let's see which one has the lowest market cap. Okay. All right. So the lowest of them has, okay, this is actually only the top 100. So I can't really, so out of the top 100, this one has $640 million. Okay. And then also 46 million Americans own Bitcoins. So it's not going anywhere. It's just a matter of how are you positioned in the marketplace. Are you going to take advantage of this, or you're going to overtake advantage of this, meaning you start going crazy and pulling all your money out from different places and dumping it? Like, I'm warning you right now, don't do that. Okay, I'm advising strongly against that. Okay, now here's why I will not be buying today. Okay, that's the verdict. I'm not buying today because I'm gonna wait for the market to consolidate. What does consolidation means? Okay, let me show you what consolidation means. Um, you see how it's in the free fall right here? Okay, let me go into. Let's just open another one. All right. So you can see this is our portfolio over the past 1 week. This is what it looks like. Over the past 1 month, this is what it looks like. Over the past 1 year, I guess 6 months, this is what it looks like. Okay. All right. Is it just the market going up? No, that's because we put something, a little something, $20 per week. Okay. Just put a little $20 per week. All right. Why? Because the returns we're gonna get over the next 4 to 10 years is going to eat up every returns in money in your bank account 1,000 times over. Okay. That's my prediction. All right. So now let's go take a look at this view assets. Okay. Let's look at 1 year. Okay. So an example of a consolidation is this area right here. So you see there was a crash here, and then for a few days between January 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, it was consolidating, and then it dipped a little bit before it started to pick up on January. So it took like a whole week. So you see this area, this little area right here, it took like a whole week, right? That's 1 year. Okay, let me look at it on a 1 year chart. Okay, so on April 22nd, it went from $54,000. This is Bitcoin. And then it went down to $47,000. Went down by almost $5,000, right? And then this would be a good point to say, hey, let me just buy right now, right? Because the market is so cheap. This is what people like. This is the flip side of somebody of greed and fear. You don't want to be on the extreme of either side. That's all I'm saying. Don't be on the extreme of either side of greed and fear. Where you want to be is inside of your strategy. Okay? It's extremely tempting on a day like this to either sell everything off. That's the one extreme, or say, let me go buy everything right now. It's so cheap. That's the other extreme. Either of the extremes are not good. Not for the long term. The consequences of that kind of behavior over time is bad. You're training yourself to be indisciplined, okay? And the result and consequence of that is that you're going to lose a lot of money. So on April 23rd, $47,000. And you can see 49 is still consolidating. This was on April 23rd. On April 23rd, okay. All right. By April 24th, it was at $50,000. It was back to 49 on the 24th. On the 25th, it was at 49. It's consolidating, and on the 49th, sorry, on the I said 49th. On the April 25th, it was at 49, and then it went up right to $52,000 again, and then that was consolidating. See, at this point in time, let's say there was a dip on April 23rd, right? And let's look at that date. Actually, I'm not gonna look at my, okay. I could look. Let me see. Let me look at my calendar real quickly. On April 23rd, that would be that was a Friday, okay? So that would have been the perfect timing for me to buy. I would have bought that day anyway. Not because that it was there was a dip. It was just because it was the right timing. It was the regular my scheduled time to buy. Okay. So on again on April 30th, I'll be buying again on April 30th. Let's go to April 30th. I'll be buying at $54,000. And some people would argue that, man, you should have bought on April 25th as well too. Not really, not if I am using this chart. That's all. Meaning 5 to 10 years, right? Minimum, I'm always using this chart right here. 1 year. 1 year ago, did you realize that 1 year ago, Bitcoin was at $9,000? And then it took off. Slowly but surely in October, November. Boom, and then it took off. And then there was a lot of consolidation, a lot. So do you want to be, okay, just in 1 year, 308%. Do you really want to be playing this emotional game, or you want to lock in on a strategy? You know, you want to make sure you're locked in on a strategy. That's what you want to be doing, right? All right, so Crypto Tumble wipes $600 billion off. So I was right, $600 billion off digital tokens. Tokens in a week. Yeah, in a week. All right, so virtual currencies are retreating so broadly and sharply. It's testing the durability of the cryptocurrency boom. So, yeah, that's a true statement, because you know why it's a true statement? It's a true statement because your emotions, my emotions, are all involved. Some of just decided not to succumb to the emotions. We all have the same emotions, by the way, but a few of us, we're holding tight and we're buying at our own schedule, and the market is going to do what it's going to do. People, which is what is the market? It's people, right? It is majority of people. They're going to lose money, but they're going to lose their money to me. It's just value transferring hands to me. That's going to consolidate over time into my hands, while everyone else is going to lose money. Okay, so if you're trading, you also want to make sure you have a strategy. You also want to make sure you have a strategy. Your strategy must be a function of time. Okay. By the way, go ahead and follow everywhere. Safe Crypto Club, Instagram, Twitter, and of course right here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Because I'll be doing this from time to time. I will try to spend 30 minutes or so. Depending, it just depends on a lot of other factors. Okay, but I will keep coming back. All right, so breaking $40,000. So yeah, it broke $40,000. I mean, you can see that right here. 1 day chart. 6 a.m. this morning. Oh well. Let's see, around, yeah, it broke $40,000 last night. So last night, guess what I was doing when it was doing that? When it was breaking through $40,000, when it was breaking like around about 1 a.m. Guess what I was doing? I was snoring. And when I was on, I don't know if I was snoring, but I think my wife would agree that I was snoring. This morning when I woke up and I went on Clubhouse, I did notice that a lot of people were basically saying they didn't sleep. They've been in the room just talking about it, and some of them crying, some of them sobbing, and I was sleeping because I was. And then another guy said he set like a what is it? A stop loss order. The stop orders that you put if you wanted to sell off when it hit certain point, but the thing did not work. I guess because there was so much volatility, and it was happy it didn't work. Why? Because it was now listening to people preach holding or huddling, right? And again, that moment could have been too late. You really can't afford to be playing that kind of game. That moment could have been too late. Okay? Could have been too late. You can't afford to be playing that kind of game. Okay? So I think this is what I'm going to do when I do step up on Friday, when I do come back and buy. So between Friday and Monday, I buy on when I see reds everywhere, you know. If I don't see reds everywhere, I just wait until Sunday evening and I buy. That's how I do it. And like I said, I'm going to step it up to $100. Okay, for this particular portfolio, I'm going to step it up to $100 per week. And what I'm going to do is something I learned a long time ago when I used to trade stock options, which is only 10% of my money and high risk stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to buy 75%, 75% in the top three, whatever is going on. Then the rest of the 25%, I will find a few tokens that are already on Coinbase, meaning there's prospect and it looks promising, and the lowest getting beat up on that day, I'll just add them to the portfolio. Okay. If they're getting beat up that day, chances are, if they're already on Coinbase, that they're not just going to randomly disappear like many of these tokens, you know. And that's how I'm going to do it. And we're going to keep doing this. All right. So before I leave, before I end this session, let me go ahead and look at what's going on in the market. I think I'll do it like that. Crypto tumbled, $600 billion gone. Oh yeah, this is another good news that came out today. India may form a new committee to study the possibility of regulating crypto. So before there was speculation that India was not going to allow it at all, but now they're talking about regulating it. Well, it's financial, so there's going to be some form of regulation, because finances are involved, just like in Wall Street. But the idea of bitcoins and crypto in general is decentralized, peer-to-peer exchange of value without the involvement of the government. And there are way too many people that believe that that's the wave of the future. Okay. All right. So I think the only news we know today is that the market crashed. Did it crash? I guess you can call it a crash. Yeah. I mean, if you look at this right here, that nosedive right there is it's right there. But again, right now it's at $39,000. The last time we tested $39,000 was when? That was on February 7th. That's not too long ago. It's a few months ago. Okay. Not too long ago. But again, that's like your money staying the same in the whole 4 months. Is that really the case? Because again, look at this kind of rally from $23,000 in just December 17 all the way up to $40,000 by January 8th. Those kind of things are going to continue to happen. So it depends on where are you positioned across board, meaning a strategy, or you're trying to come in at the dips, or you're trying to sell off at the resistance, right? Is this why? Is this all this resistance and support right here? Are you the reason for this? If you're the reason for this, you're going to lose money. And you're going to lose all that money for me because I'm staying in all the way through. I'm riding the wave all the way through my strategy, okay? What is my strategy? 5 to 10 years, okay? I'm riding that wave. Why? Because the money I put in, I don't necessarily need, okay? I don't need money. All right, so let me go into my portfolio and let's pull up some numbers and let's refresh. That was a good session really quickly. It's the first of its kind. So let's go to 24 hours. 378. We got 370, 490. We were at 490 last night. And right now is at 378. 490, 378. Previously 490 and 378. So actually it went up by $8 since we started this session. All right, we are down by 24%. Let's go look at the market value right now. Let's refresh Coin Market Cap. All right, 15.89. All right, negative 15.89. All right, so we're getting beat up by 50%. All right, on a bad day. Okay, so usually we're above 1,000% or more here. On a good day, we're, and that's what I look at, But on this bad day, it's just as bad. So the market is down by 15%. Our portfolio is down by 50% in 24 hours. Let's keep that in mind. Just all in general, we are only down by. Let me update this. We're down by about 4%. Okay, just the whole portfolio in 20 weeks. All right. So not bad, not bad. We'll continue to work hard. We'll continue to work hard so we can have enough money to put in this baby, right? All right. So if you're watching this video later, please go ahead and please give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. Smash the like button to help the algorithms discover and show it to more people that will be interested in this topic. We will continue to work very, very, very hard at bringing some of this insights. I also want your insights. I want to hear what you're thinking as you continue to follow this journey. I want to hear what you're thinking about this game. And yes, it's not a joke, but it's a game, and you have to look at it that way in order to take full advantage of it. All right. Hopefully, you've been enlightened and educated. I will see you on the next one, and peace.